Hello, I'm Ian McNaughton, the Principal of the Sixth Form College in Colchester. The following presentation is designed to help and support prospective students and their parents who are considering an application to the Sixth Form College. The presentation has been prepared in autumn of 2020, and of course at the moment we're in the throes of the global pandemic problem. The assumption we have made is that we are back to normal by September 2021. Clearly, if that proves to be otherwise, adjustments will be made to our arrangements. The presentation is, of course, designed to help prospective students and their parents find out far more about the Sixth Form College. In particular, we're trying to give you guidance about the academic programmes of study and also our wider activities and opportunities. And we hope that will be very useful starting point, and then you can move on and find out much more about the specific courses. Most of all, we want you to become much more aware of some of the features of the Sixth Form College and help you make your mind up whether this is the right Sixth Form community for you to study in over a 2-year period, happily and successfully. The college is a specialist Sixth Form college, and indeed there are only just over 50 such Sixth Form colleges across the country now. What distinguishes a Sixth Form college is that all our students are 16 to 18/19 years of age, they're all full-time, and they are studying in continuing general education. Indeed, the majority of our students are undertaking A-level programmes. Our students don't just do the academic courses, they're also supported by a pastoral programme. They have a whole series of additional studies choices and a whole range of extracurricular activities available to them. And we'll be talking more about those later on. One point worth making clear is that students are full-time. They are with us on each of the 5 days a week. Indeed, each of the individual subjects they study, they will study on 4 of the 5 days. If you are interested to see how that maps out for a 3 or 4 A-level programme, please have a look at the prospectus, page 38, which gives you a typical student timetable. It's also worth making clear that all our teaching is on our North Hill site, which is a very interesting campus, a mixture of the new and the old. The college has a very strong community ethos. We are a place that's very good to study at, but also there's a lot of fun and a lot of activity on the site, which means there's something here for everyone. The college is now a mature college. We were opened something just over 30 years ago, and we've had a very successful experience, very good results and very good student feedback and very good progression rates into employment and higher education. Indeed, a very good preparation for life. Our accommodation and facilities were provided for in 1987 were first rate at that time, but since then so much has been added, extra buildings, enhancements, remodelings, modifications, and I think when we have visitors to the college and indeed feedback from our students and their parents, they would agree this is a first-class Sixth Form environment for young people to study in. The college has just over 3,000 16 to 18-year-old full-time students. Our average class size is really pretty much unchanged over the last 8, 9, 10 years, despite enormous government funding cuts. And of course our class sizes are very low compared to most state school class sizes in years 10 and 11, and indeed much lower than in the state sector in most state school Sixth Forms and colleges. The college is able to maintain a much fuller student experience than many other environments, largely because of our scale, and we are able to work the principles of multiples. We don't need group sizes of 25 and 27 to support subjects that only have 5s and 6s. Virtually all our group sizes, the mean, median and mode, will be between 17 and 20 students for A-level study. One other feature of the college is, of course, we are the only sub-regional provider for a whole host of specific A-level courses, or the only place where you can get certain combinations. Some of the subjects that we offer that aren't generally available are listed here, but there are many others as well. On the screen are many of the characteristic qualities of the college that really provide our ethos, our modus operandum. And if you read the prospectus, you talk to our previous students and their parents, I'm sure you'll get a flavour of these. Within the prospectus as well, you'll get a flavour, although these are not prospectus headings. I'm not going to talk through each of them, but there's one or two that I do want to highlight. So top of the list, this college has a very good track record for being focused on each individual student. Every single student has a unique and individual academic study programme. They spend a lot of time with their individual subject teachers and their personal tutors on a one-to-one basis through their 2 years with us. And their arrangements are reviewed on an individual basis on an ongoing level. The college is also, if we look at the very last of the criteria, a very, very buzzy place. Our students work hard and play hard. This is a good place to be. There's plenty going on. Our additional studies programme has over 70 regular different options, and there are literally 10s and 20s and 30s of termly extracurricular activities for students to choose from as well, and we will outline more of that later on. In part 2, I'm going to pass over to Jan Harker, Assistant Principal, my colleague, who is going to talk to you about the curriculum